Hey everybody, it's Christopher Nejman, back with another machine from my closet. You might see me use this machine a few times in my videos. This is the Janome MC 9000. This has been with me for quite a while. This is Janome. Yeah, let's talk about this machine. I'll be right back. Stay with me. Don't go nowhere. Alright, so this machine was the follow-up advanced machine from the first home sewing and combo embroidery machine for home sewers, which was the Memorycraft 8000. And that was a revolutionary for home sewers to introduce them to the art of embroidery along with sewing. And that MC 8000 came out in 1990. Now, Janome waited 4 years to come out with this machine. This came out in 1994. This 9000 came out in 1994, and they incorporated a lot of nice features into it. Like, for example, they incorporated the knee lifter, which is amazing, helpful when you're sewing. It had a nice, bigger touch screen. The stitches, I think the stitches were pretty, you know, there was a good amount of stitches on here. You know, they had 150 stitches. And then the embroidery, like before, you could attach back here. But here's the problem. Janome waited so long to create their next revolutionary machine that Brother already released a machine with advanced features that this one didn't have. So Brother, even though Janome was the first on the market to introduce and sell the combo sewing and embroidery machine, Brother came right behind him and just stole the industry. They had far more advanced features. They had much more decorative stitches to choose from on their top of the line machine. There was a lot, but I gotta tell you something. This 9000 is a very, very well built machine. The problem people are having is that the screens are dying now, because this came out in 1994. So the mechanics of this machine are going to live as long as those old industrial machines. Really, it will. But what's dying on people is the screen. Now, I had problems with the screen. Whenever I touch it, it was never calibrated properly, so you had to learn how to do it. You had to push the first 3 buttons in with the machine, turn the machine off, push these 3 buttons in, then power the machine back on, and then the screen will have a plus sign, and you would touch the plus sign to calibrate the screen. Now, when I thought my screen was going, I went online and I found a sewing machine dealer in New South Wales that was selling the touch screen, and I bought this back in 2015. So I have it. It's all, they sent it very well in here in a nice foam, and all it is like a little piece of glass with a wire to replace the screen when the screen finally dies. So, but some people, it's already died for them, and I was lucky that this is, as far as I know, this is the original. And I bought this computer machine, I think it was around 2005 or 6, maybe even 2007. I bought it used, and maybe 2007 I bought this used from my local Baby Lock Brother dealer, and they also sold Pfaff and Bernina. It was a multi-line dealer. But this is still a great machine. Anybody who has this machine will tell you it's a workhorse. It's a freaking workhorse. So going with my other videos that I recently did on testing the ability to sew over multiple layers of fabric, let's do it on this Janome Memorycraft 9000. Now, a little history about Janome also, in case you don't know. You know, when their first machine before this one came out, which was the MC 8000, they had the Janome New Home name on it. And Janome had purchased a New Home sewing machine company. I think they were in Orange, Massachusetts, I think it was. So Janome Japan purchased the New Home sewing machine company, and when Janome started putting out the computerized machines, they still had the New Home name on it. But then after that, they got rid of the New Home name and just kept it Janome. They just made it Janome. And that's the way you pronounce it. It's pronounced Janome. And if you go online, it tells you that. Some videos, when you listen to them, they'll say Janome, but it's actually Janome. And I love Janome's strength and durability, but what I didn't like about them was the fact that they didn't incorporate a lot of things like no scissor cutter. They didn't have all the decorative stitches like Brother was putting out. So I always felt Janome was a little stingy. But what I liked about Janome was they had access on the side here on their machines. They have access to the screen. Now, I cannot find an LED light to replace this halogen light on here. I'm still searching for them. I'm still going to try to find an LED light that'll fit on here. I bought one time saying it was going to fit, but it did not fit. So this is still that old yellow halogen bulb. But I've got my external light here, and I've got this light here. So, and when I got my new Janome Skyline, I put this in the closet, and I wanted to bring it back out for this shoot. So let me do some sewing, and we'll get going here. Alright, so if you've been watching all my videos that I've been producing, you'll know that I said that you know, these machines, the computer machines, are, you're lucky if they're going to be able to keep producing these computer boards and screens when these machines die, because that's what people are finding out, is they can't get a screen, they can't get a new computer board. And it's sad because some of these machines, like this machine, the guts inside are so well made, you know. The guts are very well made, but I'm hoping that they can create that maybe there's a generic company that can create parts for machines. Like, for instance, I was saying in my last video, oh, I have this MC 9000 and the board died. I need to order a new board. You call this company and they like 3D print it and produce a brand new board to sell to you at a reasonable cost to be able to replace this that your dealer can do and stuff. I'm hoping that a company can do that, because it's such a shame to waste this machine. The mechanics of it are just still so beautiful. They still sew, but then you have the computer screen, which is the brain of this, and it won't work. And that's why people still love vintage machines, because they don't need a computer board to work. They just need a belt for the motor to turn it, which can be replaced. So that's why a lot of people don't want these computer machines, but there's a lot of people who do want the computer machines because there's so much capability to them, or convenience to them, I should say. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and test this. So here's two layers, then I've got 4 layers here. So let's start with the 4 layers. And see, I just love that knee lifter. I'm going to increase my stitch length. I'm going to select my stitch. I'm going to increase my stitch length. Oh, you can't see that, can you? Let me try to see if I can get you there. Okay, there we go. Let me go back here so I can show you what I did. Okay, so that's the stitch I'm using, the center stitch. I like to use the rubber pencil. And then this is the stitch override. So I'm going to do a 3.0 stitch length, because that's a good stitch length when you're sewing over thicker fabrics. And then after I do that, I'm going to make sure I stop with my needle in a down position. Okay, and let's go back. Now let's go back over here so you can see me. You can see me sew. Bring that closer. There we go. All right, sorry about that, guys, but I'm the cameraman and the sewer and everything. Okay, so here, this is 4 layers. Yeah, I absolutely love this machine, and I actually replaced the feed dogs on this machine. It wasn't sewing over thicker fabrics before, and I thought, oh my God, there it goes. And then I realized when I felt the feed dogs, they felt really smooth. So I was lucky to find feed dogs online, and I'd replaced the feed dogs, and it's sewed like brand new again. All right, so this is still 4 layers. Now, if you see the machine bouncing around, it's because I don't have it on a solid table. This is my extension on the side that I usually have my iron to sew on. So, all right, there we go. And my new Janome has the scissor cutter, which I'm so happy about. This one does not. So, but I'm so happy it's got the knee lifter. And my new Janome has a knee lifter too. Okay, so that was 4. This is 8 layers. So if you're looking for a new up-to-date sewing machine, make sure you get one that has the scissor cutter and a knee lifter. Trust me, it makes all the difference in the world. And then look, back then I had this clear extension table I bought for it, and see, it's just having an extension table for your machine is so important when you sew. And there we go. That was 8 layers, and this is the needle I'm using is a size 12 universal, like I was doing for all the other machines. Okay, so let's double that. So that was 8 layers. Let's do 16 layers. Was that 8 layers? Let's see here. I lost count here. Let me look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is 16. Yeah, this is 16 layers. I should have cut a bigger piece. And this is 16 layers. Look how nice it sews. Isn't that beautiful? That's when I hear people saying, "Oh, my machine won't sew over over the pleats and my masks and stuff." I keep saying, I don't understand why people are having such problems. You know, it's a new machine. You've got a nice machine. Why are you having problems? Well, they don't have the setup. They don't have the right needle. They don't have the right stitch length. You know. And see, Janome also, like the Juki, has the black button. I'll show you that. I've been showing that on all my other machines. The Baby Lock and Brother has a black button on the left side. The Juki and the Janome have it on the right. And the Singer, I think, has it on the right. Alright, so here we go. Let's go to the end here. And let's go and start. Okay, there's the ski slope effect. So now I'm going to raise my presser foot, level out the foot, and push the button in until it clicks in. Now I'm going to lower the foot, and when the foot is lowered, then I'm going to release the black button, and it's going to stay level, and it's going to sew over that. See that? Isn't that nice? And this machine still works so well. It still works beautiful. Let me do some duck cloth here. Alright, so there's 2, here's 4 layers of duck cloth I'm going to sew over. This is 4 layers. I remember why I loved this machine all those years was I watched Shirley Adams on the Sewing Connection. She originally started out with Viking machines, and then Janome became her sponsor. And when she started using this machine, it had this attachment called the Miracle Stitch, which you could couch yarn down. And I was so elated by that machine. But at the time, I couldn't afford this machine. I just bought a brand new house. You know, I just bought a brand new car. And so later, years later, when I saw this used at the sewing machine dealer, I said, this is the machine I always wanted, so I grabbed it and I bought it. And I've been using this for, oh God, since 2007 I think 2007 I bought this, and I've been using it ever since until last year when I got my Skyline. So I put this in the closet and you keep it as a backup. And then when I start teaching again, like I was before, when I started teaching classes, I have all these different model machines that I teach my students on so they can understand all the different brands and how to use them. I think it's very important when you teach is to be able to teach mechanics and the understanding of all different brand machines. Because like I said before, I said they basically, you know, they have different features and stuff, but the one thing that they all have in common is they make a stitch. And the other thing they have in common, as you've been noticing on all my videos, they all sew over thick fabric. Okay, so that was what, 8 layers? Okay, now let's do 16. We'll do 16 layers of duck cloth. And sew that. Now we're going to come to that ski slope. Now see how nice that sews? You see? I'm not even pushing it. If you have a machine where you got to pull the fabric from the back or push in the front, you either need new feed dogs or you don't have the setup right. Your stitch length is too short. Alright, so now we're going to do the ski slope. Okay, there it is. Lift my foot, level it, put the button in till it clicks, lower the foot, and then sew. See that? Beautiful. So that was 16 layers of duck cloth. Should I try to see if I could do 32 layers of duck cloth? Let me see by folding this if it'll fit. It will fit under the foot. Should I risk it? Well, maybe. All right, it'll do it, but it's too thick. When it gets over here, it's going to be way too thick, so I'm not going to risk it. I don't want to blow this machine out. There's nothing I'm going to be sewing that thick anyway. I don't need to. But I just wanted to show you that I was able to put a couple stitches in there. So let me do, here, I'll just sew this piece here because I just love sewing. We'll just sew this here. This is, again, 4 layers of duck cloth. And I'm telling you, having a knee lifter is everything. So, yeah, my new Skyline, like I said, has my new Janome has the scissor cutter, which I absolutely miss on this machine. But both have a knee lifter, so a knee lifter is so very important. All right, so that's my little demo of this machine, and let me get you a close-up of all the stitches again. All right, so there's the screen, which is really pretty. It was a nice, good screen. Lots of decorative stitches, lots of settings, and then there's your attachment. That's permanent attachment for embroidery. And then, here's the thing I want to tell you about Janome. They used to have this slogan, "Built for Life." Well, when their 8,000 screens started dying and they weren't replacing it and people couldn't get replacement for it, you know, all of a sudden they started changing, they got rid of that slogan, "Built for Life." So no longer did Janome have that slogan, "Built for Life," because these machines are not built for life. They didn't count on the fact that these computer screens would go on them. So the Janome "Built for Life" slogan disappeared. Here's the choice of decorative stitches. And then the other thing Janome used to do, they used to mock the Brother and Baby Lock machines because they had, and all the other brand machines, because they had an attachment that you have to put on to do embroidery. They call it the big bulky attachment. Well, guess what their new machines have? Their new machines have a bulky attachment you got to attach to the back now. So now they don't talk about, you don't need a bulky attachment for our machine like other brands, because now they have a bulky attachment. See, one thing I did find about Janome, whoever did their marketing in their marketing department, they were a little bit derogatory and they always took stabs at other brands. You don't do that. You don't stab other brands. You know, if there's, you know, if you have to stab other brands to prove that you're such a great brand yourself, then you have a real insecurity or you're missing something. You know, really, seriously. Yeah, so just like their slogan, "Built for Life," it's no longer on their machines. You know what I'm saying? But there are good features in every machine. There are some features lacking in every machine. But every machine, you have to feel good in it. You know, just like a car. Everyone has their favorite brand car that they love to drive. You know? So whatever brand you have that you love and you have longevity with, you're going to be loyal to that brand. So my whole life I've always been a one-on-one monogamous partner in my life. You know, I don't believe in cheating, but in my sewing, I believe in diversity and I believe in using different brand machines. So what I don't do in my personal life in my bedroom, I do with my sewing machines. I have different partners to play with my sewing machines. I hope you understand what I'm saying. But I believe in diversity in the workroom. I don't believe in diversity in the bedroom. All right, guys, I hope you like that joke. But it's kind of true with me. It's really true. All right, I love you all. Take care. Wear your mask and be safe, please. And whatever brand you have, learn it to its capacity. Don't be afraid to pull out the instruction manual and enjoy it. And know that there are still some great used machines out there for all you people who cannot afford a brand new top-of-the-line machine. Visit your local dealer, all right? So you can get a nice computerized machine from your local dealer that's used. And you can still have something that's great. Take care, everybody. Love you. Talk to you soon. Bye.